what do you call peace to a person who has lost everything and everyone, living in a nightmare with no future? Where is the peace? My name is Uzma. I'm a proud Muslim, daughter, wife, mother, and junior student. I am a refugee. When my father was imprisoned for the crime of praying, he feared for our lives. He begged us to leave Pakistan before the same thing happened to us. We were in imminent danger. That means we couldn't move out legally. We were forced to flee and had to find an agent that can help us find safety. It cost us every single dollar we have ever saved as a family, and leave everything behind that was dear and familiar to us, and embark on a journey that was completely unknown. How does this happen? There are 73 Muslim sects in Islam. We belong to Ahmadiyya Muslim community that believes the promised prophet has arrived. The Constitution of Pakistan says that we cannot call ourselves Muslims, and therefore we are being persecuted because of our beliefs. When we decided to leave Pakistan, the only thing on my mind was get out fast. I didn't know where to go. The agent said, there's a place called Hong Kong. Do you want to go there? And that was the first time I heard about Hong Kong. I asked, is it safe? He said, yeah, it's safe. And that's how we came. My husband, a fashion and textile designer, my 5-year-old son, and me. When we arrived, I told the immigration our story and why we need to seek asylum in Hong Kong. I was surprised. The immigration officer said, you speak so good English. Why do you want to seek asylum? So when I say the word asylum seeker or refugee, what is the first image that comes to your mind? Let me guess. Dark-skinned people, illiterate, living in camps, uneducated, helpless. It shook me. How was being able to speak English related to me seeking asylum? It was a shock to call myself an asylum seeker and be associated with the stereotypical image the world conjures up. People living off the state, taking but not contributing, a burden for the society. We were at the immigration office for 14 hours. And during that time, I was terrified. The lady next to me was handcuffed and taken away. I asked myself, did I make a wrong decision? Did I choose more pain over safety? There was no way of going back and not being persecuted, and I couldn't find the way forward. The only thing on my mind was, what will happen to us as a family? Will they put us in jail? Will they take my son away from me? Will we be separated? At midnight, the immigration officer said, you can go. It was a huge relief. And later I realized where to go. The immigration officer handed me a map and said, Chungking Mansion, your people live there, just go there. And for the next 5 hours, I didn't realize that Chungking Mansion was not a train stop. The first 5 years in Hong Kong, I was embarrassed to call myself a refugee. We were discriminated against, looked down upon, not regarded as a valuable part of the community. My personal experience, as well as watching others being treated, was unbearable. I am here today to change your mind about us, so that you can see us as people, human beings just like you, doing their best to look after their family and keeping them safe. We want to be included in our newfound community. I am proud to call myself a refugee. We came as 3, and today I stand for 14,000 people. As an asylum seeker, once you arrive, your passports are taken away from you. You are not allowed to work or volunteer. You're giving 1,200 Hong Kong dollars for food. That's like 40 Hong Kong dollars for one day. You have to eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner in 40 Hong Kong dollars. 1,500 for house rent. Can you imagine how dehumanizing is that? Most of you can imagine or just remember the COVID times. Living in a small room for 3 weeks, 21 days. How hard was that? Just imagine living in that same space for 5 to 15 years. With limited supplies of food, no connections with your friends or family, no workplace to go to. That's the daily life of an asylum seeker. One of my hardest times was when I was living in a small room with my husband and my son. It was a place where, when I was mad, I couldn't slam the door or have my own space. I had to go to the park to cry so that my family cannot see my frustrations. I'm fortunate today. I'm allowed to work. In my role as Center for Refugees, I give refugee women dignity and support. I was a client of the center, and now I work as a full staff because I believe the experience my family had, and I'm proud to give it back to the community. My youngest son was born in Hong Kong, and on his birth certificate, it says, "Not established, stateless." We bring children to the world, cut off from their Pakistani heritage, from their families, no country they belong. God forbid, if something happens to me and my husband, what will happen to the kids? Mercy of the state? As a mother, it keeps me awake in the night that my kids have nobody and no country they can call home. I'm hoping by getting to know me today, you will want to get to know us more better. And so how can you do that? On the first week of every month, the people we serve in our center comes to pick up monthly distributions. As I mentioned earlier, that 1,200 is only for food. You can't buy any hygiene products, like anything that helps you keep safe and clean. We give out body wash, shampoo, conditioners, toothpaste, baby milk, diapers. You are more than welcome to come and visit and get involved with the community, with donations or just a happy smile. Your care makes a difference. I promise you, we are worth the time and investment. Our lives, as well yours, will be enhanced. We always want to fight for the bigger causes, but why not start from your neighbors first? NGOs are facing lacks of funds, but today, I'm not asking for money. If every Hong Kong resident can take in or fund a refugee family or an individual, supporting them mentally, physically, and sometimes financially, it will help both ways. You get to help and allow others get helped. I personally experienced with that with friends like families who helped me during my worst times in Hong Kong. One person changed everything. I met Jennifer at a baking class. And from that day till she left Hong Kong, she was my friend, my family, my companion, and still is. She changed my life. My circumstances did not change, but I had someone I could lean for support and strength in Hong Kong. The beautiful thing I learned about Jennifer was money, status, house doesn't matter to her. She said, Uzma, you're so blessed. You have the most beautiful kids. She allowed me to see myself with love and gratitude. Thank you so much, Jen, for coming all the way from Australia to listen to my talk today. One of my hardest times was when I was having my youngest child. It was like she put an oxygen mask on my face and said, breathe, Uzma, everything's gonna be fine. Without her support and all those friends and families who supported me during my time, I would not be here today where I am. We don't want you to be in our shoes, to feel our pain and struggle. But instead, I want you to understand us with compassion and without judgment. At the end of the day, we are just like you. We love, we cry, we laugh, and make sure our kids are safe. And to know our lives matter. We may be stateless, but Hong Kong is our home for now. And we want to feel like we belong. As you have heard, the journey is long, fraught, difficult. Since mid-2025, the United Nations have reported 122 million displaced people around the world. Result of human violence, persecution. This is equal to Japan's population, the 12th largest country in the world. This is the highest level of displacement in the world. The world is rapidly changing. And some of you are listening might just have to follow my path. Let's set an example for our future generations to lead with empathy and compassion for refugees so that we can make every city to a place where no one is invisible. You never know. The knock might come to your door. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you.